Peace, peace, Queen of her soul here to align those chakras. Today I'm going to talk about cleansing the spirit, using crystals to enhance your energy, to clear your energy, and just little things that you can do to help enhance your journey. So first I want to talk about cleansing the spirit. You want to make sure that you're regularly saging and Palo Santo, using both of those, or one or the other, whichever you feel works better with you. Use these tools to cleanse your space. They literally turn negative ions into positive ions. So this allows them to clear literally any toxins in the air, any negative entities, spirits, attachments that's around you, that's in the area as well. So it's very good to at least sage or Palo Santo your space, meaning your room, your home, wherever you are, at least once a week or twice a week. Then you want to do this to yourself as well. You can do this to yourself as well. And you can literally just move it around you, move it around your space, and from there, literally you feel lighter, you feel clear, and you actually notice the difference in your home as well because, whether it's the chemtrails or when you cook and just different things that goes on in the atmosphere, we have things coming from space. We have so many things going on in our air, and these tools allow us to cleanse it. It allows us to clear it and allow a calm, positive, grounding, very beautiful space of energy. So, sage is a leaf, and this is usually what the bundle looks like. You can grab this online, or if you have any spiritual shops near you. Not only do you find these in spiritual shops, sometimes you can actually find it in very random places, so it's always good to check it out. And sage is a little bit harder to burn, but when it does burn, it is very, very smoky. So I know a lot of people have landlords or just homes where you're not really in a space to have such a smoky area. So this is more so for the people that, you're happy with having a whole bunch of smoke in your home. Also, when you sage, make sure you have windows open throughout the whole home, because when you sage with closed windows, you actually just trap the energy, you just trap the air. It clears the space, but it just pushes it somewhere else. So always make sure you have all windows open. It does not have to be fully open, just at least something for the air to pass by. Now, sage is a little harder to burn, so it's easier to light with a stove versus a lighter. Then, Palo Santo does pretty much the same exact thing sage does, but instead of it being a leaf, because there's also two types of sage. There's one you can cook with, that's also a little more spicy, and to give flavor to your food, but then this form of sage is not for consumption, not to eat. This is literally to burn. You use it in ritual, use it however you feel free to. Then Palo Santo is literally a stick. This one's easier to light with a lighter, although Palo Santo is a little harder to keep lit. Sage, on the other hand, once you get a good flow of fire going through it, it stays consistent. But Palo Santo is a little harder, so you can run out of Palo Santo a lot faster. There are fake versions of Palo Santo, but you usually smell the difference. It'll be a little hard to tell, especially if you have to order online, so it's always a 50-50 chance. But Palo Santo I love more because this one is not as smoky. This one is a very beautiful smell too. Some people can't handle it, but if you're ever saging or using Palo Santo and someone is throwing up or cannot handle the frequency, the smell is okay, but if they can't handle the frequency, like it's literally making them sick, they most likely have a spiritual entity on them, so watch out. But that's a good thing to know. I actually had someone tell me that Palo Santo makes her throw up. And she did not know, but she had an attachment on her that could not handle Palo Santo, so it was literally trying to purge that spirit out of her. So, good tools to have. This is also easier, if you have a car. It's a lot easier and smoother for the car, so you can just burn it a little bit around. I can show you guys a little bit of how I burned the Palo Santo. So because I'm outdoors, you can't really see the flame, but usually it flames up a lot. So what you want to do is allow it to burn, because Palo Santo can blow out really easy. So you can literally move it around your space, move it around your crown, make sure you get all your arms, your feet, your body, everything. If you feel more tense in certain areas, because I feel Palo Santo works more energetically, versus I feel sage works more spiritually. So if you start feeling tense in a certain area, definitely move the Palo Santo a little bit more in that area. So for example, say your throat starts feeling a little tense, just move it around, and you'll start to release. Just relax as much as you can, and the Palo Santo will pull out that frequency. It will pull out all that excess energy. And I like to move it around my hair, the crown, and just get it everywhere. Get it all over your hands, your arms, your body, your back. Make sure you get your back as well. Under the feet is very important as well. Now, with crystals, they are amazing metaphysical properties, and they literally are, they've done so much for me, and I feel it's something everyone should get into. I've had controversial conversations with religious people. I'm not against anybody's religion. I'm actually someone that I like to intake something from all religions. I do not shun them away, although I choose not to put myself in any religion. I like to just live moment by moment, frame by frame. To me, nothing against religion, again, but to me, putting yourself into these categories and choosing one form of way, I feel it limits you. It puts you in a very specific shell. And I feel like we should, even if you choose to pick a religion, I feel like you should still be open to other ones and be open to what they have to say. You don't have to follow their lifestyle or any of that. Just go for what stands out. And for me, being more free to practice what I want in the moment, what seems to feel right for me, that works for me. So I had a controversial conversation because the person is like, oh, this takes away from God. This is you saying that you're not trusting in God to take care of situations for you, but that is not the purpose of crystals. And the second reference I had to refer to with him telling me this, I had to explain, these stones grow out of the earth. Yes, they have shapes and stuff when we buy them, but that is due to the person who's mining the crystals. But they literally grow out of the earth. They are there for us. Back in the day, our ancestors, they used pyrite. They crushed it down into a powder and they put it on their bodies during war. It actually made their skin stronger. It made it impenetrable. So these are things that our ancestors have utilized. Turquoise and emeralds and stuff like this was used very highly in Egyptian culture and in ancient cultures. It's something they utilize, and it's something we need to utilize as well. This has nothing to do with saying that God cannot provide these things for you, that the crystals can, but that God exists in these crystals. They are metaphysical. They have their own consciousness. They will leave you. They feel like you don't need each other anymore. They'll find a way to jump out of your pocket. They will fall out of the necklace. Even if the necklace is completely secure, it will fall out. It would go. They leave. They have their own consciousness. They have feelings. They are their own entities, and we must respect them, have conversations with them, and don't only expect to take from them, but to also give back to them as well. So you want to talk to them. You want to have conversations. You can actually program them and literally set them and have them do specific tasks for you. So let's take a look if I can get this to flip. Probably not. It's not looking like it. So what I'm going to do instead is just move my camera. So hopefully you guys could have seen those. I'm not sure because it's so sunny. I can barely see myself. This is my view right now. I'm on top of my roof, enjoying the sun, enjoying these downloads from the sun. So one thing I would like to talk about, since I'm not sure if you guys could see those crystals, I'll see it when I look back at the video, but I wanted to go through some of the crystals I had as well and how they've helped me. Now, there's a lot of basic crystals that help anyone who's just new into this get into the field. Their energies are very light, so you don't, feel dizzy, or it doesn't pull on your energy too much. So one of these crystals is the clear quartz. The clear quartz is one of the easiest and best crystals to start off with, because clear quartz actually touches on all chakras from root up, and it is such a beautiful light energy. It helps regulate your energy field, your auric field. It is very beautiful and soft. And for me, it also taught me how to protect my aura field. And once you learn how to start understanding what your crystals are telling you, you start to learn what they do for you. So this is what I mean by, respect them as well and have conversations, because they do teach you things. It's not just about you taking from them. You got to learn from them too. Some of them do pick genders, not all of them do. Some of them actually don't like certain things. They don't like the sun. Some of them don't like water. You have to talk to them and understand what they like, what they enjoy. Some of them may not want to be worn when you want them to be worn. Some of them wants to just actually hang out on the windowsill. One of them might want to hang out in the plants. They all have different things. So clear quartz is definitely a good starter stone. Another good starter stone is amethyst. I also, again, wrap stones. You can find me on Etsy at Nispo, which is the same name as this channel. This is a amethyst wand that I made for someone. I make all of my stones with the intention of helping someone and having a partner. So this one went to a very beautiful friend of mine. She will be purchasing soon. But I love the number 3. 3 is a very important number for me. So I loved wrapping 3 crystals together whenever I do bunches. I never really settle down to 2 unless I feel guided to, but most of the time I wrap 3. But amethyst is a great stone for the third eye, the throat, and the crown as well. It is a very light energy. It is very, very communicative. It talks to you a lot, because this is mostly about the third eye, which is all about intuition and communication. So, especially from other realms. So, amethyst is also a very popular stone. So most of you might have heard of this one before, in particular. I also like to make a little headpiece that I can just put here to wear. And again, like I said, I like to do 3-piece stones. So I have 3 pieces of amethyst in here. Amethyst is also very great for anxiety, because anxiety actually stems from the pineal gland as well, because our intuition lies there. So our fight or flight comes from there. So amethyst is really good when you have anxiety. Also, another thing, magnesium. Being low on magnesium is actually a high leading cause of anxiety. Now, for those who ever have, nightmares or can't get their astral selves out of third dimension during the sleep stage, Labradorite is your best friend. Labradorite allows clear communication between your dream state self and your physical mental self in 3D world. But sometimes we tend to not be able to stretch out of 3D, so we end up getting stuck and we have nightmares, because now we're dealing with entities on Earth. Now, Labradorite helps you clarify where you are. It helps protect you. It's a very important medallion that a lot of our ancestors use for protection. It's one of the most protective stones because it's very ancient. It has a very ancient energy to it. I hope that you can see the reflections of it in the different colors that it emits. It's a beautiful stone. It's great, again, to sleep with because it helps you in the dream world. It helps you go beyond the third dimension, which is where you experience nightmares. Before I even purchased this stone, it came to me in a dream. That's how powerful this stone is. It is so beautiful. It is so amazing. I love it. It comes in blue shades, green shades, or both. It all depends on what it feels like. If you're looking for Kundalini work, this is a very great stone for that. And I'm blanking right now. Serpentine. Serpentine is a great stone if you want to work on your Kundalini. Rose quartz is great for emotional issues, emotional imbalances, which I also sell. I have some rose quartz in stock right now for necklaces. So the rose quartz in Labradorite works with the heart chakra, all about healing. Labradorite also can work with your throat chakra, and we also have other stones like angelite, which allows you to communicate with angels, and it's a very, very powerful stone, especially if you're someone who has angels around you a lot. It's beautiful. It helps you with the communication. Then you have aquamarine, also about communication and throat chakra. So we covered the crown, which is also, we have the Tibetan quartz too, which is also good for the crown. You have moonstone, which is all about feminine energy and, having that balance, which is also for the crown chakra. So we covered the crown, we covered the throat, we covered the heart. Now let's move on down to the solar plexus. Most common is citrine, which some of your citrines can also come with some white, so that means you can help direct it to your crown, whatever's going on. And citrine is actually not one of the best stones that love the sunlight, even though you would think so. Citrine actually fades out in the sunlight, so I try not to put my citrine out there too much. This is a very beautiful stone, pyrite, which is known as fool's gold. A lot of people know of as in ancient times. I got this specific piece from Deandra. She's a beautiful and amazing person. She's a great crystal seller because her wraps are amazing. As you see, this stone has literally helped me with my anxiety. It was a life changer for me. Her energy is amazing. Then you have tiger's eye. Tiger's eye actually works with the root chakra and the sacral as well, but it is a very big protective stone. It is very beautiful. This is a great starter stone as well. Then we can move on down to the sacral. Well, those mess ups. Bloopers are okay. I like to do one take. So the pyrite and the tiger's eye are for the solar plexus. But again, tiger's eye also works with the other chakras as well below. Then we have the sacral, which is where your creativity, your sexual energy lies. You have the tangerine quartz. Is beautiful and very soft in energy. I would definitely recommend this as a starter stone. And I have Himalayan sea salt. This is also a stone. You can get this in a stone, and it's very beautiful. You can get it as a lamp as well. It is very good for the air. It actually also does what sage and stuff does. It clears out the toxins in the air. Then now we can move on down to the root chakra. Black tourmaline is your go-to if you have anxiety, especially. This is a very grounding stone. That's why I had to get the biggest piece I could find. As an empath, as a psychic person, grounding is very important. Very, very important. And then you also have other stones like, I'm blanking again. It's right there. I'll come back to this one. I also have other tourmalines that I want to wrap. And then you have red jasper. Red jasper is very beautiful. This is also another version of red jasper. I don't know if you can see it clearly. It's a beautiful stone. And then I have hematite. I have 2 of these or 3 of these left in stock as well on my Etsy, Knispo, Knispo. And I'm still blanking. Oh my god. I know what this is called. You'll come to me. Yeah, I hate when I blank on the stones too, especially when I love them so much. I really love this piece too. But these stones are very great for grounding, and if you have anxiety. You also want to make sure you wear a lot of grounding stones when you have anxiety because it helps so much. And that will be my segment for crystals and cleansing yourself. Also, if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment box. I try my best to respond as fast as possible. Peace, guys.